Hello, people of the internet. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Happy Friday to you all. Hopefully your week is wrapping up nicely, or if you're watching this at any other point in the week, hopefully you're having a great day. Nonetheless, we continue with the Suho drop from today. We checked out not the subtitle track, the pre-release Cheese featuring Miss Wendy from Red Velvet. That was a lot of fun. We checked out the title track 1 to 3. It was a lot of fun. And now we have the other 5 B-sides to get to, and I'm very excited for it, because this will be my first proper Suho album that I listen to, which is tremendous fun indeed. I'm pretty fresh to the scene when it comes to Suho's music. I know some songs off of his previous album with what was it? It was Gray Suit? Gray Suit? Yeah, Gray Suit, Hurdle, Morning Star, and then O2. Essentially, the songs that he performed at MIK 2 years ago in London. And, well, we're 2 songs in on this release already, and it's a lot of fun. And I'm hoping that fun continues, because I reckon there was going to be a magic B-side hidden away in here, especially with how much I liked Hurdle last year. Yeah, I reckon I reckon we're gonna find another magical song in here. So, regular album listen rules apply. We'll go through the song. We'll go through the album in order, song by song. We'll read the song credits, because credit needs to be given where credit is due, and we'll just go through every song in order. Admittedly, this is an SM album, so I'm a little bit scared that we're gonna get content ID'd. So if whatever you're watching this, if you're watching this on YouTube, I should say, and it is chopped up, in the description, you'll find a link to the uncut version of the album listen, as well as a spreadsheet with every single thing that I've uploaded that can't go on YouTube. It's all in a nice little database. You can click on the Excel spreadsheet and it'll take you to those pages. So, refer to those if you need to, but let's get a move on, shall we? Here we go! Rightio, let's just get started right away, because, well, I kind of want to start eating dinner soon, and I need to go and finish this, just in case I need to go and chop it up, because that's another 30 minutes or so I need to take. But, here are track number 1, titled Mayday, lyrics by Yisuran and Suho himself. Oh, love that. Composition, David Davis, Joseph Lamercier? How do you pronounce that? Lamercier. Sure, Barney Bones and Costa. Arrangement, David Davis, Joseph Lamercier. Sure, you know what? It makes me sound fancy. We'll go with that. Barney Bones, Costa, and Imlay. Imlay. What's that? Couple familiar names, couple of new ones. Hold on, the groove is already terrific. Love the minimal this year. Even with the drums, still a very minimal mix. Oh, it's weirdly pretty now. Hold on a second. I love how the song just moves forward. It doesn't feel like it's ever gonna speed up, or it doesn't feel like it's ever gonna slow down, and it just goes. It's cruise control in a nutshell, just... Even when the instrumental drops out, that predominant beat's still there, so it just keeps it forward. So if Suho's thing really is this kind of light rock sound, I need to go back and listen to his older stuff then, because this is right up my alley. I can't get over though still how open this mix is. There's not a lot of moving parts to it, but it all just, I don't want any more than this. Usually I love a really complex song. I don't want any more. Long outro section. We're off to a great start. We are off to a great start. It's a song that, weirdly enough, actually requires a little bit of thought to follow, because rhythmically, it kind of goes into a really interesting syncopated pattern sometimes, where it breaks free from your standard kind of 4-beat measure, and starts to throw in some little offbeats and a little bit of trail-ins, and it gets kind of creative with it, but it eventually works its way back to that major beat, and it continues to move. It keeps going forward with no sign of speeding up or turning down, or slowing down. Very consistent. The groove is terrific because of it. Vocally, also very consistent. I feel like sonically, you don't really get a whole lot of variation in terms of power or delivery or vocal color, but for me, the song doesn't need it. Mayday, in terms of composition, is like the epitome of minimalism. You have maybe 3 moving parts throughout this entire song. You have that bass/guitar, you have the drum part, you have Suho's voice. That's it. Usually on a song that is so bare bones like this, you'd think it'd be like a ballad. On paper, if you only had a bass, like a drum kit and a vocalist, you'd think it'd be like a ballad or something, just from how bare bones it is. But when I listen to it, I don't want any more. I feel like if there was any more going on instrumentally in this, it would drown out the magic of Mayday. It's the fact that there is not really anything like overlaying on top of each other, jumping in front of each other, trying to get ahead. No, it's very comfortable where it's at, and those 3 moving parts are just that. They just stay in line with each other, and they don't ever feel like one's going to drown out the other. They just keep moving. Consistent groove moving forward, and it's great. I think it's a really nice introductory song, too, because it's very open. It's very easily applicable to any situation to listen to. Morning commute to school? Hell yes. Evening commute back home? Oh yeah. Grocery store run? I'd listen to this. I'd walk in time with this and just tap along with the groceries in my hand. Hell yeah. It's an everyday song, and I love that. Now, next would have been 1 to 3. Track number 2, 1 to 3, and then track number 3 was Cheese. So let me read over the credits very quickly for 1 to 3. Lyrics by Danka, Suho, Huki Shibaseki, EJ, and Aisle, spelled like the grocery aisle. Composition, Hoki, Shibaseki, EJ, and Aisle, same on arrangement. Cheese featuring Miss Wendy. Lyrics by No Day, Gila, Aisle, Park Moon Chi, and Suho. Composition, Aisle, Park Moon Chi, Gila, and No Day, with Park Moon Chi and Gila on arrangement. Which takes us to track number 4. This is Wishful Thinking. Lyrics by Ceramic Office of Artifact and Suho. Ceramic Office is a new one. We've done a lot of music with members from the Artifact music team, but I've never seen Ceramic Office on one, so that's very exciting. Composition: Daniel Scheffman, Ole Bjorn, Hering Albertson, and Maximilian, with Bjorn and Scheffman on arrangements. Whenever I see a Scandinavian producer like that, it gets me a little bit excited because they can sometimes bring a little bit of heat. So here we go. Slow chugger, could be an anthem. The instrumentals are actually quite heavy. It's got a bite to them. There it is. There's the hit I was waiting for. Just the one though. Keep the volume cranked up for the pre-chorus. Okay, here we go. We're cooking now. Oh, that's cool. It's not a punchy release at all. Ooh. That's a composition choice. A little slide. I also like that the runs aren't in like a standard key you get in pop music either. Yeah, it's definitely got a lot of composition choices you find from your 80s rock scene. I approve of it highly. It's almost haunting, isn't it? Vocal switch, huge vocal switch. He's running. Oh, it's over already. I was enjoying that. Oh, that song went by so fast. Oh my goodness. But Anthem, I like it. I like it a lot. It's got a really controlled way of releasing the punchiness of that song. It keeps it so contained for so long, and then all of a sudden you just get this right hook out of nowhere, and then it goes away again. And then it comes back again, and this time it sticks around a little bit. But when you expect the biggest release to happen at the chorus, it doesn't. It kind of holds itself back a little bit, and I think that's really interesting compositionally. Just typically, the chorus is the loudest moment. It's the main eye-catching, ear-catching point in the song, is the main hook in the chorus. Or maybe it's a post-chorus, so depending on where you go. Still, the main part of the song isn't the loudest. And yet, the song, even with the kind of interesting choices in terms of what gets the most volume and stuff, it flows so tightly knit together. Nothing feels out of place, and really, I can't listen to this song thinking that certain places would have been different. This is, having heard this once, I can't hear it any other way now. Because this is already so good on its own. Why change something that's already good, right? Too many cooks spoil the broth. And with this, once again, kind of similar to Mayday, it's a formula that's not very complicated, and yet the execution is so tasteful. And the rock sound, of course, is always going to get plus points in my book, so we're already, you know, he's already got plus points from me. But we move on. Track number 5. This is Moonlight. Lyrics by. It's in Hangul. Oh, why isn't it romanized? Well, it's a 153 Jumbus person, so. I mean, lyrically, even though I don't understand what he's going to be singing, lyrically it's going to be good. And then Mr. Suho, of course. Composition, Imad Royal, Grant Averill, Anthony Rossomando with Imad Royal on arrangement. We're getting some new producers in here. That's cool. I like it already. Hold on. Cool filtering. Adds a little bit of a texture to his voice, an extra little bit of texture. No cymbal crash there. It's quite cute. Is that a ukulele in the instrumental section? That vocal filter is still there. I like how long they're holding on to this. I think it adds to the charm of this. It's very lighthearted. It still has that band aesthetic to it, which makes it cohesive with the rest of the song, but it's definitely, you know... Yeah, I can't get ukulele out of my head. I mean, it's not just ukulele, there's definitely guitar, but... And the vocals are definitely more prominent too. More power to them. Oh, we're getting a lot more layers in the instrumental now. Much busier instrumental, right? Compared to the other songs we've had today. Cool bridge / instrumental break. Getting vocal and guitar doing the same solo. Straight back into the chorus. I reckon what's actually happened in the instrumental, instead of it being a ukulele, is probably a capoed up guitar. Now, if you capo a guitar high enough, it'll naturally have a higher timbre to it. At least I think that's the right word. And then if it's a guitar using nylon strings, it's not going to have the sharpness that a steel wound guitar is going to have. Now, I think that is what's actually happened. I don't think that's a ukulele because it sounds too full to be a ukulele song. But either way, that texture of the light and quite sharp guitar / ukulele is really cool because it definitely adds to the charmingness of the song. And it's also just light, right? It's really light. It's just quite good fun, you know, you're side to side. And again, it's an everyday song. I can listen to this whenever I want and just vibe and just have a good time. Just if I'm sitting on a train, right? I don't know how many are familiar with how busy Japanese trains can get. Like if you manage to somehow luckily get a seat, you are crammed shoulder to shoulder with the person next to you on trains swaying back and forth. If you're standing, you're holding on to like the handlebars and you're standing shoulder to shoulder with the people around you. But if this song comes on, I don't care how busy or how stuffy the train is. I'm just gonna be there like. It's got just feel good vibes to it, and it's very light. It's very nice. And not to say that the entire album isn't nice, but this has definitely got that light and nice vibe to a T. The best out of, I think. Ooh, this or Cheese probably has that light and bright sound going. Highly approve of that. Because sometimes if you go lean into the rock sound, it can get heavy. Admittedly, with Suho's album so far, I haven't gotten that sense yet, but it's nice to freshen it up a little bit. But we move on. Track number 6. This is Matthew McConaughey. No, I'm kidding. This is Alright, Alright. Featuring GIRIBOY. Oh, got a little feature. Hell yeah. Alright. Lyrics Song Cheri, 153 Junbus, GIRIBOY, and Suho. Composition Michael Cameraman, Alex Bilo, Lillian Caputo, and GIRIBOY. Ooh, on composition as well. Very cool. And then arrangement Michael Cameraman and Alex Bilo. Cool. I'm not familiar with GIRIBOY's work. Alright, alright. I'm here for it. This song, Alright, Alright, feels a little bit older than the 80s. Feels kind of 60s, early 70s-ish now. It's got that rock sound, but it's once again a very light song. That's you just kind of go like this with. This is like Band Nas Dumb a little bit in terms of time period wise. If you aren't familiar with Band Nas Dumb, I highly encourage you to look them up. They're a good time. The prominent drop for the pre-chorus is a very interesting touch too. I quite like it. Float on it, GIRIBOY, okay. Yeah. The rhythm's a good choice too. The flow is really appropriate for the song. Oh, cut out the drums. Alright. Okay, now that's terrific fun. I was a little bit nervous when I heard what type of song this was gonna be, and knowing that there was gonna be a rap feature on here, just because I find that rock and rap can be incorporated well, but it's also very easy to mess up that balance. GIRIBOY's feature was really good. I think he got the nature of the assignment right. His flow kind of just rides the beat, much like the entire album up until this point, really, but his command over the beat was really good. It didn't ever feel like he was trying to rush in of like extra words or verses. He really kept it in time with the song style, appropriate with the rest of the song, and the vocal texture he has, the vocal color he has, pairs with Suho's very nicely because it's got a little bit of a different kind of sass to it. And then the entire song as a whole, it's got that anthem-y feel with the alright, and it's got a kind of older sense of the rock song. This reminds me of The type of music you would have heard around time. Anyone ever watched the movie? Oh God, what's the movie called? Is it called That Thing You Do? It's got like Tom Hanks and Liv Tyler in it. That Thing You Do. Yeah, it's a film from 1996 about a one-hit wonder like pop rock group from the 1960s. It feels like that time period, and I kind of love it because it captures the essence of what I most enjoy from that era of rock music. But it's done kind of a modern spin on it, especially when they cut out the instrumentals that dramatically. For some reason, when the instrumental goes away for the pre-chorus, it feels more modern to me. I don't know why. Because it's not like they didn't do that in the 60s either. It's just the final execution of it makes it feel modern. But once that chorus kicks in and you get that kind of party vocal, the gang vocal that goes, all right. And the song just kind of makes me want to go like this along with it. All right. And it's just nice. The energy is terrific. And it might be my favorite B-side on the album if we exclude Cheese as a B-side. We treat that as like a second title track, so to speak. All right, might be up there. Like, Mayday for me was sitting pretty comfortably up top, but might have to be all right. The Matthew McConaughey. But, of course, we have one more song left to go. This is track number 7, Zero Gravity. Lyrics by Lee Hyung-suk of PNP and Mr. Suho. So, Suho wrote his own lyrics for everything. Hell yeah, loves that. Composition, Junie, John Ofari, and Cry in Stereo. Interesting producer tag. Kind of like it. Arrangement, Cry in Stereo, John Ofari, and Junie. Alright, let's finish strong, shall we? Are we gonna get a ballad? Place your bets now. I was about to say, this doesn't feel ballady. Now it feels ballady. I'm confused. 혼자가 된 차가운 밤 그늘 속에 가려진 달 시야 넘어 저 멀리 깜빡인 작은 불빛 It's very pretty so far. I'm gonna wait until the chorus comes to cast final judgment. Hello, bass. Welcome to the party. And this is why we wait until the chorus comes around. It's a very, almost nighttime-like groove now. And then bring it back down again. Oh, and now we're gonna keep this double time beat. Okay, keep it light, but keep it fast. You know, even though this isn't a ballad, it's very much an album ender for me. I'll explain later, but... Is that a subtle saxophone? Should get into another gear? Okay. that just kept growing and growing and growing. Oh, it ended already? Wow, that was 3.5 minutes almost. Jesus. Again, a song that just goes by so fast, but Zero Gravity, I think, is a terrific way to end this album. Because the thing is, this 1 to 3 album is kind of like a journey through Suho's interpretation of rock, right? It's got some light stuff, it's got some heavier stuff, it's got some older stuff, it's got some newer stuff, but all in all, the encompassing theme of this album is that rock type sound. Which, I mean, we're already off to a great start, knowing, I mean, I've already explained my musical background, but my musical interest very much stems from rock music, so we're already in the good books with this album. But you get so many different flavors of that rock sound, and not once I feel like it ever doubles up. That already is a very impressive feat in of itself, and one that I genuinely appreciate, because I feel like if I ever want a nice light rock sound, I could pull up any of the songs from Suho's 1 to 3 album, and I will be more than pleased with it. But Zero Gravity in particular, that false opening is so smart. And it works, it's doubly effective for me. It's like Pokemon. I'm like, this song is quad effective to my musical tastes, because I am a sucker for a ballad. I just find them so emotionally healing and emotionally satisfying to listen to. I already know this is a rock-based album. In a rock-based album, rock and ballad, oftentimes when it combines, turns into something called the power ballad movement, especially if it's stemming from the 1980s, the power ballad movement, which for me is my favorite out of all styles of ballads. Because you get that heavy guitar, the heavy emotion, but the really rich and emotionally loaded top line just works for me. This song essentially sets up to be that, because it's an entirely blank canvas essentially until you get to when the instrumentals kick in properly. Power ballads can often do that. They start off nice and tame with very minimal instrumentation, and all of a sudden just and then big chords, very big emotional message for the chorus. We didn't get that. This song did a full 180 into what I was expecting, and instead we got a nice, almost late night inspired groove with the bass of a rock band. I don't think I've really come across many songs that go in that direction, but it works so terrifically well. This late night vibe where the song has this really nice groove and it's got a nice drive to it, and yet it's not overwhelming. The song doesn't develop too much, or it's not too in your face, and you can just kind of enjoy it while you're seeing the scenery go by you. It's got that kind of mental image that it creates, and this does it to a T. A lot of OSTs that I like do this exact thing. It creates that mental image. And to get this on a studio release, and to finish a studio album as well, I guess it's a mini album technically, but 7 tracks could be considered a studio length album in certain groups. This is like saying, okay, we're gonna end it, but this isn't like the end all be all. This is just an end of the day. We're gonna do this again tomorrow. It's not even we'll see, and until next time, and there will be a next time. No, this is, all right, I'll see you tomorrow. Cheers. I just love, because it feels like the next page is just above the horizon. It doesn't feel like it's an eternity away or an undefined amount of time away. That's very cool. The Zero Gravity has actually thrown a wrench into the works a little bit in terms of B-side of the album for me. Damn. I don't know if we had to cut it for the YouTube side of things, but the full-length ramble is over. This album is terrific. Like, hand on heart, this is terrific. I'm actually gonna pull up so every single year we do like an end of year awards. We've done it both years, 2022 and 2023. We have a category of solo album of the year. This could rank very highly at the end of the year, and I'm not saying that just because of recency bias, like although that does have a little bit of a part in that. The thing is, after a couple songs in, I kind of had a guess that this was gonna be just really me coded, and I was right. It's very me coded. I enjoyed that tremendously, and I feel like rock, in its general form, does get called on in the K-pop scene with enough of a frequency where I never feel like I'm missing it for too long. But to have someone like Suho provide an entire album of this type of sound and almost have it be like an all-encompassing representation of what the lighter side of rock was like in the mid to late 1900s is super cool to me. Because he captures it so well. And it's weird that I'm saying that because I was born in 1997, so I never listened to it during when it was hip. But still, I can feel the 1980s and like even the 1960s with what was the song called again? With Alright Alright. I was feeling the 60s vibe. I was feeling the 80s vibe. I was feeling maybe something more newer like early 90s stuff in there. But all in all, it's a rock sound from a K-pop artist that understands what the rock sound is supposed to be and has done it before. And for me, I mentioned earlier, I'm not familiar with Suho's previous stuff all that much. I only know a couple of songs from Suho before this, all of which I've really liked because it kind of connects to that type of rock sound. Now that he's done it on an album again, I can confidently say that if we ever get a Suho release in the future, that, you know what, I can go in with an expectation that we're gonna get a rock sound, and if we do, I'm gonna enjoy it. If we don't, it's gonna be a surprise, and I reckon I'm still gonna enjoy it. So overall, a tremendous success. If I have to choose B-side of the album, if I exclude Cheese, it's one of Mayday, Alright Alright, and Zero Gravity. If I include Cheese in that conversation, though, essentially this entire album is good. Okay, we'll just leave it at that. The entire album is good. And we'll just end it there. But that is going to be it for me today with Suho's 1 to 3 album. Hopefully, or thank you all for watching along with me. Hopefully you enjoyed it as much as I did. One last request from me today: let's work together as a community to bring a little bit of extra happiness back into the world, whether it be checking with your friends and family, holding the door open for somebody, even picking up a piece of trash off the street. Just one small act of kindness to may brighten up someone else's day today. And know that wherever you are in the world, should you ever be going through a tough time in your life for whatever reason it may be, even though I'm just some guy on the internet who waffles about music in his free time, know that I will always be a friend, an ally, a shoulder to lean on whenever you need me. So take care of yourselves, take care of each other, spread the love, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.